People still read the Bible like it's some religious book, a list of commandments, some nice moral stories, a little ancient history. But that's not what it is. That's not what it ever has been. And I'm tired, honestly, of watching brilliant minds skip right past the truth because they are stuck reading it like it's dead text. The Bible isn't just a story. It's a system manual of consciousness. And it's wrapped in symbols and parables because that's how ancient knowledge survives. But once you see the pattern, you can't unsee it. The whole thing is built around the number 4. Let me show you. You'll go to the throne of God, the center of divine order. What do you see for beings? Not random, not decorative, for faces. Staring out in 4 directions. The lion, the ox, the eagle, the man. Just mystical animals floating around, archetype forces of nature, energies that exist not just in the heavens, but in you. The lion is the fire, will, courage, the part of you that refuses to back down when the world names you. The ox is the earth, the strength, the sacred duty, the side of you that carries the weight quietly without asking for applause. That's your body. The eagle is the vision inside the part that rises above the chaos, sees the pattern, and speaks the truth. The actual you. No one else can see. The man is water, emotion, intelligence, the bridge between your heart, your higher self, the part of that feels everything and still shows up with compassion. These aren't characters, these are functions. They sit at the center of your soul. And when they are out of balance, everything feels off. But when they are aligned, that's when you remember who you are. You become the living temple. The same pattern shows up again. It's everywhere. Take the gospel. Matthew, Mark, Luke, John. People think they are just different angles on the life of Jesus. But each one is a gateway. Each one channels a specific energy. Matthew is the lion, the fire. Christ is king authority, divine purpose in motion. Mark is the ox, the earth. Christ as a servant, humble, grounded, powerful without needing to speak. Luke is the man, the water. Christ is the son of man, empathy, feeling centered, action. John is the eagle, the Christ, as the word, cosmic, infinite, the divine intelligence behind it all. Put them together and you don't just get a biography, you get a mirror of a full spectrum picture of ascended consciousness. Not just what Christ embodied, but what you are meant to activate inside yourself. And it goes deeper. The Garden of Eden, that wasn't just paradise. That was a diagram, a symbolic layout of how energy flows from source into the world. From the garden, 4 rivers flowed, each one representing a sacred current, fish on the river of abundance. These rivers weren't just flowing through land, they're flowing through you, through your energy, your body, your system. Each one a path to cleanse, to restore, realign. But here's the part. No one wants to touch the 4 horsemen, people. Freak out over them. They have been painted as signs of the end, wrath, chaos, apocalypse. But they are not about the world falling apart. They are about you waking up. The white horse is the spirit, the divine spark, the revelation that changes everything. The red horse is mind, conflict through patterns at war with each other. The battle, the truth versus illusion. You know, just like Mr. Smith and Neo in The Matrix. He wasn't really fighting him. He was fighting the program, the actual emotions. Black horse's emotion, famine, that numbness, that starvation of joy, of love, the presence, the pale horse, body, death. That, you know, the fear, but not death is in the end. This is ego death. This is character death. Your ego, again, is really your teacher and guide. Your character is what's been indoctrinated and conditioned into you. And that has to be died. That has to be shredded. The death of false identities, the shredding and the shedding of what no longer fits. These 4 aren't meant to destroy you. They are meant to show you what happens when you ignore the signals. But if you ride with them, if you learn from them, they don't take you down. They break you open. And then there's the name Yahweh. name to say out loud. But here's what most people never hear. It's not the name, it's a formula, a code for creation itself. A yard is a fire, the spark, the beginning of intention. He is water, the breath. The unfolding valve is connection, the bridge between dimensions. And the final key is grounding of spirit into matter. This is how God creates, whether you believe in God or not. This is how you create every time you bring an idea into form. You are moving through the same divine pattern. So no, the Bible was never just about laws and ancient myths. It's about you, your design, your energy, your blueprint. The lion, the ox, the eagle, the man, the four rivers, the four horsemen, the four elements, the four gospels, the four letters of the sacred name. They are all pointing to the same truth. You are not random. You are not lost. You are encoded with the system that's been whispering to you your whole life. All I'm doing is handing you the code. What do you do with it is up to you. It's not just a word. It never was. It's a sequence. It's a pattern. The structure of creation itself broken into 4 parts. Letters into vibration, formula, breath. When it's spoken with awareness, with alignment, it doesn't just refer to God. It becomes the act of creation. You are not just saying a name. You're stepping into the current, speaking from the same rhythm that brought light into BC. When people say speak the name of God with power, they didn't mean shout it louder. They mean resonate with it, feel a pattern, leave it moving, sync within, because this 4-fold rhythm, it's the frequency the universe actually responds to. That's what makes mountains move. That's what opens doors. No logic can explain. This was never about religion. It was always about remembrance. Remembering who you are. Remembering how this world was made. And when you do, when the 4 parts of you finally come back in alignment, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually, when your fire, your water, your air, and your earth start moving in harmony again, you stop reacting to the matrix. You start overriding it with effort, with frequency, because once you remember the pattern, you don't need permission. You just, as the code, now you are ready for the final step, the part where power stops being theory and starts being embodied. Here's the moment where the illusion becomes a crack. Reality isn't fixed. It's not solid. It's not even real in the way that you've been taught. Reality is a consensual hallucination. This whole reality, it's a collective agreement, not fact, not law agreement held together by repetition, belief, and attention. People buy into it day after day, and that's what makes it feel real. But here's the secret. Once you stop agreeing with it, it starts break down the show, the code, the glitches, and that's when you can finally step out. But to really break free, you need 4 keys. Not ideas, theories, actual living codes, tools that change how you interact with this so-called world. Let's start. Is a wand, a weapon, a prayer. Use it like it matters, because it does. Start auditing where your focus goes. In theory, in real time, what are you feeding? What are you watering? When your attention drifts to fear or chaos, pull it back. Not with force, but with intention. Visualize what you want until it's more real than what you see, your distractions. Confront your distractions. Confront the shadows. Figure out where it's coming from. Dismantle it. Feed your vision. Every scroll, every thought, every conversation, it's all a vote. You are literally casting spells with your intention, with your beliefs. Want to build something real? Start a daily focus ritual. Sit in the sun for 3 minutes, hold a clear intention, breathe, exhale. The noise, let the focus build over time. Don't force it. Just return to it day after day. Take time to look inward. Be grateful, genuinely grateful from the soul. The universe exists within you. It's not a metaphor. Literally, every spiritual law, every cosmic principle, every star system, it's all mapped inside you. You are the microism of the macro. And when you stop looking outside yourself for answers, you start finding access to everything and for everything. Meditation isn't about escaping. It's about listening, not to get quiet, but to remember, study all the old systems. Not to be spiritual, but because the maps and chakras, the tree of life, the sacred geometry, these aren't beliefs. They're blooper tracks, your emotions. They're not random
their messages. The inner universe speaks through feeling first, logic second, not the events, but the reflections, the triggers, the lessons. You'll see the pattern, the design, the mirror. You're not a tiny speck floating in space. You are space. You are the code folded on itself. And every time you go in, you are stepping into the architect room for reality's rules. Negotiable. You have been trained to think things are like gravity, money, identity, pain are fixed. They are not. They are agreements, and agreements can be rewritten. This entire structure we call reality only holds as long as we keep nodding along to it. The second you stop agreeing, you start seeing through it. You didn't come here to obey this matrix. You came here to rewire it. So the next time someone tells you that's just how it is, understand that they are really saying is, I am still asleep. Start challenging. Every limiting thought, I can't do that, says who, where did that come from? Where did that story come from? Who handed you that belief? Break your own rules daily. Do one thing that shatters your comfort zone, even in a small way. Let the nervous system relearn that change. Doesn't mean death, your problems. Stop seeing obstacles, start seeing codes. Each challenge is a puzzle, a prompt, a chance to upgrade. Get around people who live differently, not just talk differently, live differently. Their lives will stretch your perception. The proof becomes your permission. This isn't about spiritual theory, it's about remembering your power. The matrix is persuasive, but it's not permanent. Once you stop agreeing with it, it can't hold you anymore. But you have just found the master keys, and once you have used them, you don't live inside the matrix. This isn't just information, it's initiation, because once you have seen it, you really can't unsee it. The pattern of the four isn't just out there in the stars or scriptures. It's pulsing inside of you. And now you know why things haven't been working. You were trying to manifest with one part of yourself while the other three were disconnected, asleep, or in survival mode. But here's the truth. That changes everything when you align the physical, the emotional, the mental, and the spiritual. You don't ask reality to change. You don't wait for the signs or miracles. You become the frequency. Where the miracles are normal. You are no longer fractured. You are no longer hoping. You are generating. This is a coherence, and coherence spends time. It shifts energy, commands the field, magnetizes outcomes, because the universe doesn't respond to begging. It responds to alignment. I'll tell you to stay in line, to follow steps, to work harder, to pray louder, think more positively. But when you embody the code of four, you don't need to chase. You move with the rhythm of creation itself, because the secret isn't in what you do, it's in what you are aligned with. You are not a prisoner of your reality. You are its own maker, its rewriter, its conscience architect. So here's your final choice. Will you keep living in the fragments, the zombified, or will you activate the full pattern? Because once you do, time bends to clarity. Energy of base, structure, and reality follows you. This isn't just a video. This is your activation. This is how we heal. And this is truly who you are. Start with your body, detox the body, and the rest follows.